Hey, it is me again. Hello. Welcome to Radio Bollocks. It's nice to have you back, or Bollocks Radio, I guess I'm calling it. Yeah, Bollocks Radio. To be honest, they're interchangeable. Radio Bollocks, Bollocks Radio, whichever way you want to play it. I mean, I'm fine with that, as long as you're playing it. Welcome one and all to the radio show that accompanies the one and only Talking Bollocks, UK's only heavy metal comedy podcast. Check out Talking Bollocks whenever you get the chance. I'm your host, Howard H. Smith. I do that podcast. I do comedy as Keith Platt. I do Acid Rain as the singer. Yada, yada, yada. If you're listening to this, just, if you want to find out more, Talking Bollocks, Acid Rain, Keith Platt, that's the stuff. Okay, so welcome to episode whatever number this is. Not really keeping count, so there you go. I don't know, what is it, 3, 4, something like that? 3 was the first one, January? I don't know, January, February, March? Yeah, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It's not a full-time fucking job, is it? You can't expect me to be completely on the ball. A mixture as always, guys, of all kinds of different music that I'm going to be playing you for various reasons. You might like some, you might not like some, and in fact, I might like some, and I might not like some, because I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, well, should I just be playing songs that I like? And it's like, well, that is kind of like the point of this. But by the same token, I want you guys to like whoever you're listening to. So I might play something that I don't particularly like, but you guys do like it, and that's cool. I mean, that's sort of the way it works, really, isn't it? Especially if you're wanting to like expand your tastes. I guess I should be. I should be doing that on the show as well. So I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing a track coming up by a band whose album I literally downloaded about 5 minutes ago. I've heard the new single, which I really like because a friend of mine has been playing it to death to me. So I downloaded the first album and I wanted to download a song to play to you guys and to direct you to. Anyway, look, I'm going to get to that in a bit. But basically what I'm saying is it won't definitely all be stuff that I like, but there you go. Because the first one very much is. Yeah, I bought the new Dream Theater album, and I haven't done that for fucking years. And this is from Distance Over Time, and it's called Room 137.
Someone is trying to tell him something. Will he listen? Someone is dying.
you go. There's some brand new Dream Theater for you. Hope you're enjoying that. And if not, then, that's a normal state of affairs. You didn't like Dream Theater before, you don't like them now just because I'm playing them. That makes total sense. I absolutely get it. So, recently, this kind of ties in probably with something I'll be talking about on the podcast at the end of the month, but I've been trying to get into new bands, new stuff, because you have to, actually, that's not, I'm always looking for new bands, new stuff, but I mean younger bands, bands on their way up, bands who maybe haven't peaked yet, or have in some people's opinion. And one such band who've been causing a great deal of annoyance certainly amongst Bloodstock goers, is the band Parkway Drive, who I thought I would give a whirl. My friend and colleague Godless mentioned that he thought their last album was as important as A Vulgar Display of Power. Obviously, it's not, because he's insane and talks a lot of rubbish and likes a lot of horrendous bands. In fact, any band with a shit name, he's in there. Good Tiger, Dance Gavin Dance, Deaf Heaven, you name it. Shit band name, he's all over it. But anyway, so I thought I'd get started, and when we did the live podcast, he said that about their most recent album, and someone went, "Yeah, but it's not as good as the previous album." So I went back to the previous album, and this is, you might have heard this before. It's a fairly representative track of the album, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. From Parkway Drive and the album Irie, this song is called Bottom Feeder.
self-disdain. Pride cometh before the fall, and no break if the watching all collapse. No mercy, no peace. You can't escape this beast. No mercy, no peace. You can't escape this beast. No mercy, no peace. You can't escape this beast. No mercy, no peace. You can't escape, now snap your neck to this.
And I can pretty much guarantee that effect at the end there is total bollocks. That's just an effect. The sound of the mic hitting the floor and feedback. I would bet any amount of money in the world that is just put on by the producer to make it sound. But I'm not saying that at some point he didn't go fuck at the end of that song. But the added stuff there, yeah, that's just for impact. That's yeah. So hopefully I haven't ruined that for you. Oh dear me, I do apologise. Yeah, but I've just absolutely, completely, totally think that is yeah, that's put on. But you know, these things happen. I mean, I must admit, I am getting into Parkway Drive. Can't say I'm a fan of the totally over the top Pro Tools production. It just lacks any kind of life. It just sounds processed to me. Just absolutely processed, edited within an inch of its life. There is just no. It doesn't sound like a real band. I don't know. Am I sounding incredibly old here? Well, that's who I am. That's just the way it is. It's old Howard here. It's good old Howard here to play some tunes. So, speaking of which, that's Parkway Drive. Hope you like them. Now across to somebody who is a bit of a favourite band of mine, and they're not exactly metal, but they're not exactly not heavy either. They're really weird. They're kind of like, I don't know, heavy but indie, a little bit Deftonesy, a little bit not, but I love them. And this is from the album It Hates You by He Is Legend, and the song is called Cult of She.
She's bored with staring at the sun.
you're going to have to forgive the total Alan Partridgeism when I introduced that song. I went, Cult of She. It really did sound so Partridge. It was it was quite scary. But you know, I that has quite worried me slightly. So I'm just trying to find the next band I want to play. So just bear with me 1 second. Okay, got it. So this is a band. I was kind of using He Is Legend to build a kind of bridge to this band, because you've heard He Is Legend. Now, this is the band I was talking about at the beginning, introduced to me by a friend of mine. Really cool new single out, which I'll tell you about after you've heard this song. Right, they're a band called Moontooth. That's 2 words, moon and tooth. The album is called Chroma Paragon. Now, I think this song is called Igneous, and I think that's the way to pronounce it. But because I am a big fan of being disorganised, what I'm going to do is let's find out how to pronounce it live on the show, kids. I mean, yeah. Definition. There we go. Let's see if and we can find out how to pronounce it. So let's have a listen. Igneous. Did you get that? Did you get that? Let's just turn it up a bit. It turns out I was right, by the way. This is the pronunciation. Igneous. So there you go. Igneous is the correct pronunciation. Remember back in the day when the only way you could actually discover bands was when other people told you about them, or there was some songs kicking around on the end of a compilation tape. Well, this is one of those moments. You might like them, you might hate them, who knows? This is Moontooth, and from the album Chroma Paragon, and this is Igneous.
Where you from?
Born in Long Island, why?
Long Island, oh shit, this is rich. Long Island, the famous breeding ground for blues spaghetti.
Up and danced. Said now, all my heroes in a bundle at my back. How come I rolling, spinning my shadow, then overcast? Yeah, you know what they say. Always need something to look up to. Said I got what I need. Said I got those sun and trees. Yeah, I got the sweet sound and it's gonna set me free. Yeah, I'm alive. Wanna be like the mountains, like the sea. Yeah, tell the newsman got his story. Couple young men and they hungry, yeah. I made love. To my ordeals, a lot of holy fire, holy fire. I can be under eyes. Although beasts of one day's long, and I saw more stand. knows me that it's so old. Couple young men and they hungry.
Okay, so what did you make of that then? Hey, what did you make of that? Not normal, is it? Hey, it's not normal. It's just not right. It's not right. There's all sorts in there for you, isn't there? There's all sorts in there for you twice. Yeah, it's pretty rocking stuff at times. It's Gojira-y at times. It is just not like anything else. Really cool singer. Love the tone of his voice. And yeah, just really something different, something live, something coming at you, folks. So the new single from the new album is called Trust. So dig out Moontooth Trust on YouTube. You can see it. You can see it there. It's not available as a digital single. Otherwise, I would have had it on here. But it's pretty killer. And it sounds like that. I mean, that's the first album, which to me, you know, sounds incredibly accomplished for a first album. I've got to admit, I've not got all the way through it yet. But I just instantly took to that tune and thought I would spoon it into your ears and see what you thought. So there you go. That's a new band to check out, Moontooth. Give it a go. And to follow that up, one of my some bands I just like them for some reason. A lot of people go, meh, not really bothered about them. Never really got into them. Well, I have, and I really like them. So it's one of those things. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna try the album title, Verkleiten, which is probably a terrible pronunciation. I don't know why, but whenever I try and do any sort of accent from Europe around that part, it just comes across like a Nazi guard. Verkleiten, you over there now. Sorry. So anyway, it's Soilwork. Who aren't even fucking German, so there you go. It's from the new Soilwork album, Verkleiten, and the song I'm going to play you now is The Wolves Are Back in Town.
Was it just a subliminal death threat when you said that the ending was near? Was it part of your criminal mindset to appease the celestial sphere? Was it death as an everyday phenomenon that always passing like the clouds? Would you meet me at the gates of Parthenon to relinquish every doubt?
So there you go. There's a lot to like about Soilwork. There really is. For me, I think the vocals really shine out. Awesome riffing. I mean, fucking obviously goes without saying. Awesome riffing and a great production. But I don't know, just a feel of authenticity that I get with them that I don't get from other bands of their ilk, and also vocal style. Also, having met and interviewed Bjorn, the singer, on a very early Bollo cast. He was really cool, and he was one of the first people that I really kind of connected with, and really got some interesting stuff out of him. Used to be a centre back at football, and enjoys making model aircraft. So there you go. Again, sounding completely Alan Partridge, but that's fucking true. Honestly, that's absolutely true. So looking forward to catching up with them on the next tour. Great frontman as well. Really, really good frontman. I saw Soilwork supporting Overkill, which was when I met them actually. And he oh man, I'd already seen them on the tour for the album which is The Living Infinite, which is a double album, which I strongly urge anyone to get your ears around, because it's excellent. That's right, a double album that's excellent. It's hard to believe. I saw him on that tour, and he was a great frontman. And then I saw him interviewed supporting Overkill, and they got a bit of a hard time from the crowd, from the Overkill crowd, and he did a brilliant job. He really did. So anyway, come on, it's the new episode of my fucking radio show. Was there any way that I was not going to play Reanimator? Title track from the new EP, One More War.
One
come on, you knew that was coming, right? You knew I was going to be playing that. Well, I didn't mention it, didn't I? I haven't like alluded to anything. Oh, you know, there's something special coming or anything like that. One thing I've got to do, a quick shout out. I've got to do a quick shout out for my new amp. I'm recording the new Acid Rain album, or rather, just listening to mixes. I've been actually having got my stereo in my house, and I'm like, stereo, hi-fi, how fucking old am I? And I've been having to hit the amp to make it work properly, and I've had it since I was a teenager. I've had it 30 odd years, so I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to replace it. So I replaced it with a Sony amp, which from Richer Sounds, great people, lovely guys. And it's Bluetooth enabled, and I don't know how I survived without a Bluetooth amp before. It's fucking amazing. Put it this way, right? I can switch it on just by turning my phone on, turning the Bluetooth on in my phone, and hitting connect to the amp. It turns the amp on, the whole stereo. I mean, it's so fucking beautiful. It really is. I just had to share that with you because it's almost like I've rediscovered music by with the power of this amp. It's just, yeah, I'm just listening to so much because it's just so easy flicking my phone on and boom, I've just got access to everything. Not that I don't play music all the time, and that's the most important thing in my life. It's not, and I don't, but you know what I mean. You know where I'm coming from. So I'm rambling. I did a hardcore episode recently, which no one seemed to go, oh yeah, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to give it the absolute best chance I can. Okay. This is a band who is sort of hardcore and sort of not, and they're just completely original. I absolutely love them. This is from, I think, the very, very first album. Yeah, it's called More Noise and Other Disturbances by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. And if this song doesn't make you smile, then your face is broken. This is called Awfully Quiet.
I like noise, so I'm living where I am. I like the noise and confusion of a traffic jam. I like the sound of a jet as it's shaking my dwelling. I like raging, ravaging, and screaming, and yelling. Sound of a fire engine headed for a fire. Emotions so high they can't get any higher. Going out of control, in and out of hand crowd. I like noise that's gotta be loud. Off quiet. Off quiet. Off quiet. They quiet on the streets yesterday. People on the streets had little to say. Well, out on the streets and barely heard a sound. It was awfully quiet on the streets downtown. Sometimes quiet's okay, sometimes quiet's alright. Given the choice, I like noise more than day and night. It was awfully quiet on the trains last night. People on the trains kept the conversation light. I rode the trains and barely heard a word. Quietest train I ever heard. Sometimes quiet's okay, sometimes quiet's alright. Given the choice, I like noise more than day and night. Quiet and I needed some noise. I got on the floor, called up the boys. I was doing so bad I could barely hack it. They came to my house and they kicked up a racket. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. They turned my place on its ear. Ooh. The boys began to riot. Ah. It felt so good to hear. Ooh. On a day that was so quiet. Ah. I screamed and cheered them on. Ooh. And I helped out where I could. Ah. And when they all were gone, ooh, I was feeling good. I like noise while I'm living where I am. I like the noise and confusion of a traffic jam. I like the sound of a jet as it's shaking my dwelling. I like raging, ravaging, and screaming and yelling. Sound of a fire engine headed for a fire. Emotions so high they can't get any higher. Going out of control, in and out of hand crowd. I like noise and it's gotta be loud. Yeah, it's
So that is the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, in case you've never heard them before. That is what they sound like. Pretty awesome. Total, ultimate, feel-good kind of hardcore kind of thing. I mean, them and Murphy's Law pretty much have that kind of, that angle pretty much nailed, sorted. It's all good. So anyway, I'm now going to move on. Now, I want to make mention of a band called Angerland. Angerland, all one word. Three tracks up on SoundCloud, really worth searching out. Excellent band. The reason I mention all of this is because they used to be called Fuck Shovel. And Fuck Shovel, I had on the podcast really early doors, really early days of the podcast, and top band, really nice guys. And so it kind of made me start thinking about the album again, which I do have, because can't download the songs, so can't put them on the radio show. So I'm going to play some old Fuck Shovel. And this song comes off the album Auslander. More German. Auslander! Schnell, schnell, kann Doppelkopf. A wandering minstrel eye. A little bit of a Black Adder shout out there for you all. Oh, and if you've all been wondering where the radio tuning in at the beginning has disappeared, yeah, forgot to do that. Fuck it. Who cares? Hey, shit happens, man. Shit happens. Although now I've said that, do you know what? I'm gonna put it on. I am gonna put it on at the beginning now. So this bit is completely pointless. Anyway, let's go back to Fuck Shovel, who are now Angerland. Go find them on SoundCloud. This is from the album. This is What We Are, and this is Auslander.
Auslander.
I do love that band, and Angerland, who is their current incarnation. Whatever you do, check out Angerland. Whatever you do, check out Angerland. Really, big fan of them. I'm also a big fan of these boys who just don't seem to get any kind of coverage in anywhere. It's a band called Propagandy. They have a number of albums out. I discovered them many years ago through a friend. This album is called Today's Empires, Tomorrow's Ashes, and this song is called Fuck the Border. It's about the Mexican border. Funny how things don't seem to change, isn't it, really?
You got a problem alone living here. What do you never? Before you fucking came. What did country do? What did country do? What did people do? What did country do? What did people do? Stand up for the country. Fight people all. Fucking wall, no fences, no borders. People for all. Fuck the border. Fuck the border. Fuck the border. Fuck the border. Fucking time, treat me with respect. It's a culture, consumption that makes it like a rebel. Fuck the country, it's angry eyes, it's secret wars. Letting alone, letting go. What the fucking go? Stay with us. What the fucking go? Yeah. Fuck the border. 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 Fuck the border.
And seeing as how they made their point so quickly, let's have another track. This one's called With Friends Like These, Who Needs COINTELPRO? And as you can see, they were just trailing off into the distance there. What a lovely, lovely section of tunes that was. So that was Propagandhi, the album, their very first album. Today's Ashes, Tomorrow's Empires. Today's Empires, Tomorrow's Ashes, and that song is actually called, with friends like these, Who the Fuck Needs COINTELPRO? And I don't know who COINTELPRO are, so, don't ask me. Haven't got a clue. Not quite sure what any of that means. But it was bloody marvellous, right, kids? It was lovely and cracking and lots of fun to listen to. And I've just noticed... Oh, there we go. There's the CD. The CD was actually dropped out of the case. Oh, this is all fascinating stuff, isn't it? I was trying to find the year, but I can't. I think it's about 1996. And at that point, my fucking computer crashed, and this is now about 10 minutes later. So, wasn't that fucking irritating? Seriously, I've just fucking had enough of that shit. I really have. So anyway, yes, that is this. We're now coming towards the end of the show, and I thought about kind of coming up with a theme for the last song of the show, and I was thinking that because I played Jack Luminous in all its all its 17 minutes of glory the other week. Last month on the last podcast, and a lot of people said it was really cool to hear that. Maybe the occasional tune that you're not used to hearing, or I don't know, just a long one, okay? A long one, as we like to say in the trade. Well, I say the trade. I mean, you've been listening as long as I've been listening. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't sure whether to do that or not, and I don't know. Maybe play a couple of tracks off an album back to back, and let you guys kind of get into something. So I wasn't really short, and to be short, I am really short. I'm just not really sure. Fucking hell. Yeah, now there's a Freudian slip if ever there was one. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. Hang on a sec, I've just spotted something in the old CD rack. Right, so mystery over. I know how I'm going to end the show. I'm going to finish with two songs off a not very well known album, a kind of overlooked album, and this is going to be controversial because it is a Sepultura album without Max on it. Now, before you just switch off and go, I can't be bothered then, just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. One of the better Sepultura albums without Max on, these two, without Max on or Max off, Max on, Max off, Max on, Max off. These are basically two cracking songs from the album Roarback. Okay, ROORBACK, all one word, Roarback. I got the double CD version of this when it came out because I was so into it. And do you know what? I haven't played it in a while, and it stands up. And these tracks might be quite surprising for you both. So for you both, for you both listeners. Both the songs may be surprising for you, for you two listeners. So I'm going to finish off today with, and get in touch over the course of the next month. If there's anything you want to hear, let me know, or let me know what you thought to the stuff you've heard. And you are first going to hear Come Back Alive, and straight after that you are going to hear Leech, both from Sepultura, from their album Roarback. Been a pleasure, never a chore. Catch you next month.